A new report has once again reignited one of the most persistent narratives surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan. They claim that their marriage is somehow destined to fail. So, according to reports, Prince William allegedly believed that Harry and Meghan will eventually separate. While such story has become a familiar feature of royal coverage, the reaction this time has been noticeably different. Instead of generating widespread agreement, the latest prediction has sparked skepticism, criticism, and renewed question about why divorce rumors surrounding the Sussex continue to appear year after year, despite repeated evidence to the contrary. For many royal watchers, the story says less about Harry and Meghan's relationship and more about their ongoing obsession with their private lives. Since stepping away from royal duties, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have faced an extraordinary level of scrutiny. Almost every major decision they have made together has been accompanied by prediction of failure. Critics predicted their move to California will collapse. They predicted their business venture will fail. They predicted public support will disappear. And lastly, perhaps most constantly, they predicted that Harry and Meghan's marriage will not survive completely. Yet, despite all of those predictions, Harry and Meghan remain together, continue raising their children, and continue pursuing projects that reflect their shared interests and goals. Actually, that reality has left many observers wondering why some narratives continue to be recycled. The latest report has drawn attention because it allegedly attributes the prediction to Prince William. Whether such claims truly reflect William's private view or simply represent speculation or up in royal gossip is impossible to verify. However, many commentators have pointed out that the story immediately creates an uncomfortable situation for Prince of Wales. If the prediction is inaccurate, it risks making William appear disconnected from reality. If it is merely media speculation being attached to his name, it raises questions about why stories involving family deviation continue to dominate coverage. So what has stood out most is how quickly the prediction appeared to have backfired. Instead of focusing on alleged problem with Harry and Meghan's marriage, many discussions shifted toward the lack of evidence supporting the claim. Social media users, royal commentators, and supporters of the Sussex noted that similar stories have circulated for years. Each time the rumor generated headlines, each time they presented a sign that marriage is under pressure, and each time Harry and Meghan continue moving forward together. This pattern has led many people to conclude that divorce speculation has become less about reality and more about maintaining a particular narrative. The narrative depends on portraying Harry and Meghan as unstable, divided, or no verge of collapse. The problem for those promoting that narrative is that the Sussex public action often tell a different story. Throughout the years, Harry and Meghan have constantly presented themselves as a united team, whether appearing at public events, supporting charity initiatives, or discussing the experience in interviews. They have repeatedly emphasized the importance of partnership. Harry has spoken openly about how Meghan supported him through difficult period in his life, while Meghan has described the challenges they face together as couple, navigating intense public scrutiny. So, for supporters of Sussex, this public expression of support stands in sharp contrast to the headline's prediction of separation. They argue that many commentators seem more invested in the idea of breaking up than in reporting factual development. As a result, every new rumor is increasingly met with skepticism rather than belief. So the situation has also generated criticism of Prince William's public image. Over recent years, media coverage has often attempted to present William as the stable future of the monarchy while portraying Harry as impulsive or misguided. So stories like this actually, however, can undermine that image when they appear petty, speculative, or overly focused on Harry's personal life. So many observers believe that if William truly wishes to demonstrate leadership, stories centered on the prediction about his brother's marriage accomplished the opposite. Instead of projecting confidence and maturity, such narratives risk making him appear preoccupied with the life of people who have already chosen a different path. So critics argue that the future king should be focused on his own responsibility rather than becoming associated with endless speculation about family members. For that reason, many people see the latest prediction as another example of commentators misunderstanding the couple's resilience. So the assumption often appears to be that continued pressure will eventually force a separation. However, years of experience suggest the opposite. The more scrutiny the couple face, the more determined they seem to be in presenting a united front. Another reason the story has backfired is that it highlights a broader issue within the royal reporting. Predictions are often treated as though they are evidence, speculation become headlines, and headlines become part of the larger narrative. So when the predicted outcome never arrives, the story quietly disappears, only for a similar version to emerge months later. So actually, this circle can create frustration among audience who are looking for, meaningful reporting rather than repeated rumors. Increasingly, readers and viewers are asking why so much attention is devoted to hypothetical future events instead of actually development. The result is growing skepticism towards stories that rely heavily on anonymous sources and unverifiable claims. In this context, Harry and Meghan have benefited from simply continuing to live their lives. Every year they remain together serves as a direct contradiction to years of speculation. Every public appearance, family milestone, and joint project undermines, prediction that their relationship is on the verge of collapse. As a result, the latest report has left many people with impression that predictions reflect wishful thinking more than objective analysis. Rather than exposing weakness in Harry and Meghan's marriage, it has highlighted the persistence of narrative that many people, many believe should have lost credibility long ago. And meanwhile, Harry and Meghan continue doing what they have done for years, moving forward together despite the noise surrounding them. Whether one supports them or not, the ability to withstand constant scrutiny remains difficult to ignore. And as long as predictions of their downfall continue falling to materialize, each new round of speculation risks leaving its promoter looking increasingly out of touch. This is why many observers believe this latest prediction backfires so dramatically. Instead of raising doubts about Harry and Meghan's future, it's renewed question about the motive behind these stories and left critics defending claims that have repeatedly failed to come true. In the process, the focus shifted away from the Sussex and onto those still determined to predict their failure, making the entire episode feel more embarrassing for William's side of the story than for Harry and Meghan themselves.